You tell yourself you're in control, but your routines have been shaped for you. You've become part of a system. As Huxley warned, the perfect slavery needs no chains. You're surrounded by endless entertainment, constant notifications, and instant gratification, each one designed to keep you coming back for more. This isn't just about your habits. It's about how your pursuit of pleasure has turned into a comfortable cage. You think you're free, but what if that's just another illusion? If this made you pause, even for a second, like the video, and subscribe. Let's keep questioning the system. Together, let's look at what's really happening behind the scenes. You wake up, grab your phone, and before you realize it, you're already scrolling. Maybe you tell yourself it's just a quick check, maybe just one video, but the habit is automatic. The motions feel natural, almost like second nature. You're surrounded by choices, endless apps, endless content, endless distractions. But if every path leads you back to the same place, is that really freedom? The system is built to keep you engaged without you noticing. You open an app for one thing and suddenly an hour has vanished. Autoplay loads the next video before you've had time to think, and notifications tug at you, promising something urgent or exciting. These tools don't just serve you, they're designed to keep you coming back, to make it almost impossible to step away. You know the feeling, you want to stop, but you don't. That's not an accident. The system is engineered to make you comfortable, so you never question the bars of the cage. Here's what most people don't realize. Your habits around social media, streaming, even online shopping aren't just accidental. They're the result of careful engineering. Every moment you spend on these platforms is profitable for someone else. It's not just about ads. Tech companies have figured out how to tap into your brain's reward system. Each like, each view, each notification gives you a little hit of dopamine, making even the smallest actions feel rewarding. And then you want more, but it goes deeper. Studies show even anticipating a notification triggers dopamine in your brain, just like gambling. It's not just the reward you crave, but the unpredictability of it. The people designing these apps know exactly how this works. They use variable rewards to keep you hooked. Sometimes you get something exciting, sometimes you don't, but the uncertainty keeps you coming back. If your brain is gambling with every swipe, who's winning? The constant stream of dopamine hits doesn't make you happier. In fact, it does the opposite. When you're always chasing the next little rush, your brain starts to dull its response to deeper rewards. You lose patience for things that take time, creativity, focus, even genuine connection. The system isn't just shaping your habits, it's changing the way you think. Over time, you start to seek out only what's easy, what's immediate, what's pleasurable right now. This is where Huxley's warnings start to echo. In Brave New World, people aren't controlled by fear or force. They're controlled by pleasure, by endless entertainment, by convenience, by a drug that keeps them numb to discomfort. Today's equivalent isn't a pill, it's the endless stream of memes, messages, and shows. Every hit distracts you from asking harder questions. It's easier to watch the next video or scroll to the next post than it is to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, if every choice you make is shaped by systems designed to keep you in this loop, are you really choosing it all? You've been taught to chase the quick dopamine rush, even when it means sacrificing your own attention, creativity, and self-awareness. The devices you think you control are actually learning from you, figuring out how to keep you engaged for as long as possible. They don't have to take your freedom. They just have to make you forget you ever had it. It's easy to blame yourself, to think you just need more willpower. But the truth is, the system isn't broken. This is exactly how it was designed to work. It keeps you passive, occupied, and distracted, too busy to notice what's happening or to question whether you're really free. Now imagine a world where people don't just tolerate their own servitude, they love it. What if that world isn't some distant dystopia, but the one you're living in right now? Huxley's warning wasn't about a world of chains and punishments. It was about a world where people are conditioned to love their own servitude. In Brave New World, no one needed to rebel because no one wanted to. The system made sure that comfort and pleasure were always within reach. So why fight the hand that feeds you endless convenience? Huxley's society didn't threaten its citizens. It made them content. The result was control so perfect it was invisible. The machinery behind this control was hypnopedia, sleep teaching. From birth, people heard the same messages repeated night after night. Everyone belongs to everyone. A gram of soma solves everything. These phrases weren't just background noise. They shaped every belief, every desire, and every fear. Critical thinking was replaced by conditioned responses. Discomfort was erased by soma, a drug that took away pain, boredom, and sadness. People weren't just happy, they were numb. They didn't question their roles because the system had already told them what to want and how to feel. Now look at how things work today. You're not lying in a crib with a speaker whispering slogans, but you are being conditioned, just in different ways. Instead of hypnopedia, you have algorithms that decide what you see, what you hear, and what you think about. The repetition is constant. Every time you unlock your phone, you're greeted by a feed carefully built to keep you engaged. You don't just see products, you see the same brands, the same lifestyles, the same values over and over until they start to feel like your own. Think about how a single search for running shoes leads to weeks of ads and influencer posts about fitness. What started as a passing thought becomes a persistent desire, planted by repetition until it feels natural. It's not just about ads or influencers. The entire ecosystem is designed to reinforce certain behaviors and beliefs. The endless scroll, the autoplay, the push notifications, they're all modern forms of conditioning. You're being nudged, shaped, and steered, often without realizing it. The values you absorb aren't coming from deep reflection or personal experience. They're being handed to you by systems that profit from your attention. The more you engage, the more the system learns how to keep you hooked. It's a feedback loop that rewards conformity and discourages anything that might disrupt your comfort. In Huxley's world, the phrase, "everyone belongs to everyone," erased the idea of individuality. Today, the pressure to blend in, to follow trends, to keep up with what everyone else is doing, works the same way. You're told that happiness comes from fitting in, from having what others have, from never missing out. The pursuit of pleasure becomes a duty. If you're not constantly entertained, constantly connected, you start to feel left behind. Distraction is the tool that keeps everything running smoothly. The constant flood of content, memes, videos, messages makes it easy to ignore anything that might make you uncomfortable. Why confront your own dissatisfaction when you can just scroll past it? In Brave New World, soma took the edge off reality. In our world, it's the endless stream of stimulation. Both serve the same purpose, to keep you from asking hard questions, to keep you from sitting with discomfort long enough to learn from it. Here's the truth. Every time you reach for a quick fix, another video, another notification, another purchase, you're reinforcing the habits that keep you in line. Comfort becomes a cage you willingly step into. The more you avoid discomfort, the less capable you become of handling it. Your individuality, your creativity, your depth, all get sacrificed for the next moment of pleasure. Huxley's perfect slavery isn't about force. It's about making you love the very things that keep you passive. So take a moment and ask yourself, what's the cost of all this comfort? If the system never gives you space to be bored, to be restless, to be alone with your own thoughts, what are you losing? The symptoms of this pleasure slavery aren't always obvious. Sometimes they show up in the smallest moments, in your inability to sit in silence, in your need for constant stimulation, in the way discomfort now feels unbearable. This isn't just about losing time or focus. It's about losing the parts of yourself that grow in silence, in struggle, in boredom. If the system is designed to keep you numb, what does that mean for your ability to think, to create, to be resilient? These are the questions that start to matter when you realize just how deep the conditioning goes. You can't sit in silence for more than a few seconds without grabbing your phone. The moment there's nothing to occupy your mind, your hand moves on its own, opening an app, scrolling, searching for anything to fill the quiet. This isn't just a quirk. It's a core symptom of pleasure slavery, a relentless need for instant gratification, for something new, something distracting, something that takes the edge off even the smallest discomfort. Think about your daily routine. How often do you focus on a single task without checking your phone, glancing at notifications, or switching tabs? Every ping, every new video, every message is a tiny hit of dopamine, a quick reward that feels good for a moment. These constant dopamine spikes dull your ability to feel the slow satisfaction of real achievement. The more you chase quick relief, the less patience you have for activities that require effort, time, or discomfort. You lose the ability to find joy in anything that isn't immediate. This cycle doesn't just make you restless, it rewires your brain to avoid discomfort at any cost. Boredom, silence, frustration, these become unbearable, so you run from them. The system teaches you to seek out the easiest escape, to numb yourself instead of sitting with what's difficult or unfamiliar. But discomfort isn't just an inconvenience. It's how you learn, how you grow, how you build resilience. When you refuse to face it, you give up the chance to develop patience, creativity, and depth. Look at your habits. Do you check your phone the instant it buzzes, even if you're in the middle of something important? Do you need background noise, music, videos, podcasts, just to get through the day? Does the thought of being bored make you anxious? These aren't harmless quirks. They're signs that your mind has been conditioned to reject anything that doesn't offer quick satisfaction. The devices and platforms you use are designed to keep you comfortable, to keep you coming back, to keep you numb. In Nod, Brave New World, Soma was the tool that erased pain and discomfort. No one had to face frustration, sadness, or uncertainty. The cost was individuality. Huxley's characters stopped being curious, stopped questioning, stopped growing. Comfort became mandatory, and with it, the capacity for independent thought disappeared. Today, the tools look different. Endless scrolling, autoplay, constant notifications. But the result is the same. Every time you choose distraction over discomfort, you weaken your ability to handle real challenges. You become easier to predict, easier to pacify, easier to control. Ask yourself, when was the last time you failed and let yourself feel it, without immediately reaching for an escape? Most people don't want to sit with failure, frustration, or boredom, but these are the experiences that build strength. They teach you how to adapt, how to push through, how to create something new. Huxley showed us what happens when comfort is guaranteed and pain is banished. People lose their drive, their resilience, even their sense of self. If you always reach for an instant fix, you trade growth for fragility. You trade curiosity for passivity. You trade depth for a shallow, fleeting high. The danger isn't just that you miss out on opportunities to grow. It's that your dependence on comfort makes you easier to influence. When you can't tolerate discomfort, you'll do anything to make it go away, including giving up your time, your attention, and your freedom. The systems that profit from your distraction know this. They want you to crave the next notification, the next episode, the next purchase. The more you depend on them, the less you question who benefits from your habits. This is the real cost of pleasure slavery. You're taught to see your habits as choices, but they've been shaped for you. Each moment you avoid discomfort, each time you choose a distraction, you're giving up the chance to become stronger, more creative, more independent. Resilience doesn't come from the easy moments. Meaning doesn't come from endless entertainment. The qualities that make you unique, your ability to think, to create, to endure, are built in silence, in boredom, in struggle. So here's the challenge. What happens when you refuse to numb yourself and actually grow? The answer isn't as far away as you think. Breaking free from the pleasure trap doesn't require a dramatic overhaul of your life. It starts with a decision, a willingness to change the smallest routines that keep you stuck. The system you're caught in is built to make you comfortable, to keep you scrolling, tapping, and consuming without pause. But if you want out, you need to act with intention. The first move is strategic deprivation. This isn't about stripping away all enjoyment or punishing yourself. It's about drawing clear lines around the things that keep you hooked. Limit social media to specific windows each day. Turn off notifications that don't matter. Set boundaries for entertainment instead of letting it fill every empty moment. By consciously reducing your exposure to these sources of instant gratification, you give your mind space to recalibrate. You'll notice the cravings at first, but you'll also start to find satisfaction in things you used to overlook. A quiet walk, a real conversation, the feeling of finishing something that took effort. This recalibration is the reset your brain needs. When you step back from the constant flood of stimulation, you allow yourself to rediscover what genuine satisfaction feels like. The problem isn't pleasure itself, but how it's been used to control you. Strategic deprivation lets you take back that control, one choice at a time. You don't have to eliminate pleasure, but you do have to stop letting it run your life. Next, you need to rebuild your tolerance for discomfort. Let silence in and watch your mind grow stronger. At first, you'll want to escape the stillness. Your brain, trained to expect a dopamine hit every few seconds, will push you to reach for your phone or open another tab. Resist that urge. Sit with boredom. Let frustration linger. The discomfort won't break you. It's how you build resilience. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes to stay present, to think deeply, to work through challenges without desperately seeking relief.